This is a coincidence. I noticed that only when I finish the mixtape. So I hope by the end of this hour you will appreciate what the winter can offer us without thinking of the past or dreaming of the future. So we will stick in the present, we will ignore the future and the past and take the most out of it. So the next song. So you just listen to the song Certain Things You Want to Know by Destroyer. This is a brilliant band coming from Canada, from their album Your Blues on 2004. A very enigmatic song with very puzzling lyrics. I will just read my favorite line. All a dagger can ever be is a ship against the sea, turning no. These are very puzzling lyrics, but I think if you also read the lyrics from the rest of the song, basically it talks about a ship that sails in the ocean and is slowly turning into ice. So it's some kind of ice queen story, but for a ship sailing in the ocean. And this is exactly actually how I feel. It was minus 10 degrees this weekend, and I feel like a ship that thinks of the journeys it will make or made, while at the same time the winter is absorbing my soul. But enough of this. The next song is by a brilliant singer. You may know her as the lead singer of Big Thief. Her name is Adrienne Lenker, and the song is Anything. In my opinion, Adrienne Lenker is one of one of the best songwriters for indie music these days. The song has a very beautiful poetry, and it talks about physical pain of missing someone. So let's listen to it.
Staring down the barrel of the hot sun, shining with the sheen of a shotgun. Carol has a little face.
You just listened Kurt Weill, Basak Words, a beautiful song which takes you into a mind travel journey with a very repetitive melody, but as the song progresses, it evolves more and more. I just want to read a few lines that I find particularly nice from the lyrics. I was on the beach, but I was thinking about the bay. Go to the bay, but by then I was far away. I was on the ground, but looking straight into the sun. But the sun went down and I couldn't find another one. So the way I think of these lyrics is that it's very well connected to the song by Destroyer that you may have heard before, where it talks about a ship that transforms into ice. The way I see this song, the particular one, is basically some kind of monologue that the ship does inside its brain while it realizes that it will become ice, it cannot escape from this case. So it's some kind of melancholic flashback of all the good memories that it saw, and maybe of all the dreams that it has in the future, and it sees shattering. So for the next song, let's go to a bit more light mood. So it's a song by Big Thief, again written by Adriana Lenker. This is a song from their new album, Dragon New World Mountain, I Believe in You. This is a very amazing album, which I really recommend you listen to it at some point. It's an album with 20 songs, and all of them are very different from each other, but somehow they managed to pack it in a very nice way. I watched them live, like this June in Paris, and I was just amazed by their talent. Not only they have good songwriting, but they are really wonderful performers as well. So let's hear the next song.
Been pulling through since the last time I heard still making do with an internet signal.
Reason to believe, no reason at all. Come together for a moment, look around and dissolve. This may sound very sad. There is no reason to believe. Very hopeless, right? But it's actually a very happy song. Here, what Adrian says is not there is no reason as cause to believe, but there is no reason as logic. There is no logic in believing in something. The feeling of belief is basically, in its essence, is a feeling. It's not something logical. So we are halfway through this mixtape. It's been a very nice journey, but a bit sad, right? A bit daydreaming, melancholic. But what I want to take you through the next half of the mixtape is basically to embrace the ice, to embrace this transformation that we are becoming frozen seas, and to see what it offers, basically. So the next half of the show is basically about the beauty of winter, and we will start with the song by Olafur Arnalds. He's a composer. He used to be a metal singer, but then he switched into composing music. It's an instrumental song, which I think it is the perfect song for transitioning into the magical world of snow, of winter. So let's hear it. Yet they make something cold, something which feels ice. The two songs that we listened, they feel, in my opinion, quite ice cold, and they make it into something happy. So this is, I come from Greece, and when someone says something is happy, I think of something warm, something sunny, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's something, it's a very fundamental thought that I still have, and I try to get rid of it. So the next song is by Sigur Rós. He's a very famous musician, which in my opinion he's genius. Basically, it's from an album where basically he made a language called Hoplandic. It's basically hope and Icelandic, or Vonlenska in Icelandic. This is basically a language which doesn't exist, but he wrote a whole album based on this language. And the way the procedure went was that he created this fake language in order to create songs and then to put actual lyrics on top of it. But instead, he just skipped the step and just published the songs without putting actual lyrics. This is quite common also in jazz or in other artists like Björk and Johnny Mitchell. They have used this technique before. But what I want to point out before the next song is that music doesn't have to always have language. Sometimes it can express stuff more deep without using words with meaning. So let's listen to the next song. Thank you. So that was a song by Sigur Rós, a very nice instrumentation that has surprisingly trumpets towards the end. So the next song is by Björk. It's called Aurora. Of course, since we are talking about Iceland, Björk wouldn't, of course, she would be in this mixtape. So for this song, basically in the official website of Björk, she said that the song talks about an experience she had when she was little. She fell down and she hurt her knee, and then she took snow and filled it in her mouth to try to relieve the pain, basically. So if you're still not convinced about the gifts of the winter, well, now you have a practical reason, basically, to like winter and snow. Okay, so let's listen to the next song.
Trapped in searching hard for moments of shine.
So you just listen to Björk, Aurora. I think it's a very interesting song, which she literally creates her own world and she plays around it. So what I like in this song is that she creates some kind of godlike creature, and she worships it, basically. So before we go away from that, I just want to read a bit of what she had said on 2021 about this song. So what she had said in an interview is the following one. I wrote the middle section in a cabin in Borgarfjordur, a place in Iceland. I stayed in winter. I remember the shadow of the mountain came over the whole valley, and I tried to worship the shape it made. Ever since, when I sing that section, I always remember Borgarfjordur and the humility I craved so at that moment. So she saw basically some kind of shadow of the mountain, which some people may find it scary, and she got so excited from that she worshipped it, she embraced it. Okay, so the next two songs are the last ones in this mixtape, and they are a bit different from the rest. They may feel a bit warmer, and this is because eventually winter is going to end, right? And as much as I want to try to like winter, eventually I'm a summer person. So I'm trying not to get too attached to winter. So the next song is by The Sea and Cake, and it's called Covers. Enjoy it. Covers by The Sea and Cake. Before I play the last song, I want to give special greetings to Asmar in Stuttgart and to Nazal, who is listening to us from Finland. So before I show the last song of the show, I hope you have stayed with me through this journey and you had as much fun as I did. It's my first time mixtaping and I really, really enjoy it, actually. So the mixtape is about to conclude, and I just want to read a quote by Albert Camus, which I think it summarizes everything I tried to transfer to you the last hour. So the quote is the following one. In the middle of the winter, I found there was within me an invisible summer, and that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there is something stronger, something better, pushing right back. So have a beautiful evening, enjoy the last song, and see you next time, beautiful people.